Tadpole Smitty at Tadpole Smitty's Garage. Today, I want to talk to you about how I ride in cold weather. Because it's the end of November, it's right around Thanksgiving, getting ready to go into December. And buddy, it's getting cold down here. It's been snowing up on the Rocky Mountains right there on the Sangre de Cristos. So anyway, for nothing better to do, let's go for a ride, talk about cold weather gear. So riding in the cold can be, as my wife would say, when it's blustery outside and she's looking outside, it's cozy outside. Don't ask me what that means. Well, I do know what it means. It's cozy inside, but she says it's cozy outside. So when you're all bundled up and nice and warm, with my heated jacket on, my 12-volt jacket, and all my gear, and it's real cold like today, it's kind of cozy outside. So let's go for a ride. First thing I got to do is turn on my battery to my rig here. You can charge your phone and everything off this battery bank. Just turn it on. Little pocket that zips up right here. And I come up here and I hold this down for 3 seconds and it turns red. I don't know if you can see that. It'll heat up to 100 and something degrees for 5 minutes and then it automatically goes to medium. So I dress in layers. I have my blazer underneath, a shirt underneath, and then my heated jacket. So what I have here is my tactical vest. It's where I carry my cell phone, my wallet, my keys, my fob for my alarm. On my chest, so I'm not dropping stuff. I can already feel the electrics are already starting to heat my body. It's got heaters in the front and in the back and in my arms. It's kind of chilly today, but what's really bad is the wind chill. So I have my jackets on, layered, and I have my new skin. Wind skin. It's a very sheer, it's my old man mask that I wear. This thing is very, very thin, but it cuts the wind amazingly. I do have a full fleece baklava in the back. If it gets too cold, I can put it on. Usually I get too hot in that. This works very well. So I have this. I also have my insulated pants, riding pants, and thermals, and I'm wearing them right now. Down here on my feet I have Rock Brothers neoprene covers that go over my shoes. These are also insulated, and they just go over my riding shoes. They have straps on the bottom so you can wear them with clip shoes, and they just zip up the sides, and these are insulated. So I've got wool socks on and my normal socks. So I've got 2 pairs of socks on, insulated neoprene covers over my shoes. And then I also have leggings that I wear that are insulate, and I'll show you those now. Okay, as I said, I have these leg wrappings. These are for motorcycles. What I like about these, they got a built-in knee pad, so if you get into an accident, your knee's going to be protected. But this has 3M Thinsulate in it, and what these do is they unwrap like that, and they go around your legs. You just wrap them around. I put them on fairly tight. Actually, they're made for motorcycles, but they work very well on the trikes. And then it has another wrap around your upper part of your leg, above your knee. And that breaks all the wind. There's plastic in the front for shin protection if you were to get into an accident. It's not why I bought them, not for accidents, but just added protection, right? But they're fleece lined with 3M Thinsulate. You see them all the time on sale. Just wrap them real tight. Around your calf, and then around your knee. Velcro. I want to tell you what, these things cut the wind. Wind is not your friend. So then I've got my rest of my gear. Got my gloves and my helmet. Now, this is a normal bicycle helmet. It's not cold enough, but I do have a snowboard helmet that has not heated, but Thinsulate ear protection. It comes out. You can remove them. It doesn't have all the holes in it, ventilation holes. It does have ventilation that you can open and close because snowboarders get hot too. But overall, it's for colder weather riding. It has a built-in face shield. It does not have a big sun visor, but it does have a face shield. And it's not here yet. I ordered it on Black Friday special on Amazon. So that will be added to my repertoire of cold weather riding gear. So you got to do this stuff in order. So my windskin goes on my head. This stuff works really well. This is amazing, as thin as it is, how well it breaks the wind, and the wind is not your friend. And like I said, I have a fleece lined one in the back that's a lot better, but I get too hot in it right now. While I'm sitting still, it does fog up my glasses, but as soon as I start moving, I don't have a fog problem. I wear my normal gel-lined riding gloves underneath my medium weight colder weather gloves in combination. Now, I do have 12-volt gloves, but they're way too hot right now. When it gets down to 20 and below 20 degrees, I'll deploy those and start wearing them. I also have 12-volt socks. It's too hot for those right now. Too warm, I guess. Not hot, too warm. I'm riding in the 30-degree temperatures this morning. By the time I get back off my ride, it'll be in the 40s. So what I want to do now is put a helmet on with one hand free, because it's hard to buckle things up when you got gloves on. Get a jacket with cuffs that Velcro down. You don't want air coming in anywhere. The air is not your friend. Wind is not your friend. Start this bad boy up. Let's go. So this jacket heats up right away for about 5 minutes, and then it turns itself down. It goes from red to blue. Blue is the medium heat, and I can turn it down from there to a lower heat. I'll have to go back and look at the I think it's 120 degrees warm up, and then it goes down to 110, and then the low is a 104, and then I can turn it off. And I've ridden with this thing 3 or 4 times, and the battery's still at half. So typically I ride, here's how I've been riding in the fall, early winter. I'll turn the heater on, ride out with the heater on, go meet my wife for lunch, turn everything off, take it off, and then either I'll ride back with it in the off position, or I'll let her bring my jacket back because it's been warming up in the afternoon. But as the seasons change and it gets colder, I'll probably wear it all the time. It's just layers is what helps you if you're wanting to ride in cold weather. So my viewers have been chiming in about my Catrike Charge and my new Cat Pocket. Are you getting ready your Catrike? Nope. I'm not getting rid of none of my trikes. The Sunseeker Fat Tad, that was my father's last Christmas present to me before he passed away. That thing will never be sold. And when I go, I'll will it to one of my children. My youngest son probably will take it and ride it. That's a family heirloom. The Catrike was my first trike. I love my Catrike. I'm riding it right now. The Cat I'm developing, I'm building out. I've decided to electrify my Cat. I can ride it 20 miles with no e-assist. But that Cat I bought because I'm taking the Catrike Pocket on epic rides. I'm planning to go ride Moab, and that's really hilly, and that's a long ride. Longer than 20 miles. And I want to go do Snow Canyon in Utah as well. That's an epic ride, and it's hilly, and I'm going to need some e-assist on that. I'm going to go ride Tucson. That is voted #1 trail in America multiple years, and Tucson's got over 130 something miles of trails, and I plan to go do 2 big rides down there in 2 days during the winter. And I'm going to need e-assist. I can't, with my heart and my leukemia, when I get tired and my hip gives out, it is what it is. Now I decided to go with a hub drive. Why did I go with the hub drive instead of a Bosch? I could have bought this with a Bosch and probably saved money in the long run, because Bosch doesn't have a throttle, and I need a throttle when my hip locks up. And I'm going with Electric Bike Outfitters, which Hostel is a dealer of, and you'll be seeing upcoming shows because Electric Bike Outfitters is one of my new sponsors. Well, Jason up there in Denver is sponsoring my channel. My first full sponsor. I'm an ambassador to channels. I'm doing all this stuff for people, Velomobile World, Liberty Trikes, electrictrike.com. They all give me swag, and they give me hostel shops. They work with me. Electric Bike Outfitters actually is a sponsor. It was substantial. And I picked him before he sponsored me. And I picked him because he's in the United States. He's local. He's close to me. He's about 4 or 5 hours north of here. I'm down in New Mexico. He's up in Denver, Colorado. And he had a nice house built 500 watt hub drive, and we're gonna dial it down so I'm not pushing a lot of power through it. I just need a little bit of help. I don't need a lot of power. on these big hills. So I'm excited. That's coming soon. I'm scheduled, if the weather holds tight, we don't get this Arctic blast, these fingers of Arctic Siberian coldness coming out of up there in Hell's Acres up north, coming down here and making everything. We need the snow, but what I hear is it's going to be round after round after round, like every 4 or 5 days, big storms coming in, cold, snowy. So I'm planning to go see Jason at Electric Bike Outfitters. December 8th is install on the 9th. So I'm going to interview him. We're going to do a full show up there, multiple shows with him, and watch him install it on my trike and interview him about batteries, about motors, about whatever. So if y'all have questions, start letting me know, because I'll be up there in a couple of weeks, as long as it doesn't snow. So the answer is no, I'm not getting rid of my Catrike. Get my wife to ride either the Cat or this. She's a pretty tall girl. She's got long legs, so I think she can. The Cat's a little more adjustable than the Catrike. It's got a chain tensioner on the Cat, so if I can get her to ride with me, that'll be fun. Family ride. Hello. Get to watch me build out the Cat for my trips. I'm going to install a rear luggage rack on it. I already got it. I'll develop my soft top, my rag top, my kayak cover that I use on all my trikes. They're not on right now, but I have one for my Sunseeker Fat Tad. I have one for this, and I'll develop one for the Catrike. It's going to be different to build because the back of the Cat is so narrow. I think the widest part of the frame is less than 15 inches on the back seat, and the tops are 24 inches wide. So I've got to do some engineering there. Anyway, thinking about installing the Patterson drive, 2-speed drive system that was out about 15 years ago. It was real popular for a while. I've been talking to Sam Patterson. He still has them in stock at his facility. Even though they're not in production anymore, you can still buy them and still get parts for them through him, the inventor. So Sam's been very gracious. He's setting me up with a 2-speed planetary drive. It's got an overdrive on it, so the small ring's 28 tooth, and when you shift it into the overdrive, it goes to a 48 tooth, which is perfect for e-assist. So the Cat has a triple on it now with 30 gear range. When I go to e-assist, I'll end up, if I put the Patterson on my Cat, I'll end up with 20 gears, and the overall range will be somewhat comparable to the original Catrike. Not quite, but close enough with e-assist. Anyway, I'm going to try it on my Cat for a while, and if I don't like it, it'd be perfect on this Charge, because the Charge's got a single ring on the front and an 8-speed cassette on the back. So it would be nice to have 16 gears on this instead of 8, because if I lose my battery or I go dead or something happens on my motor, I could have a low range on this Catrike and limp home. Right now I would have a harder time driving this without e-assist, because it's got a big gearing on the front with 8-speed in the back. So a Patterson on this would turn it into a 2-speed, a single direct 1-to-1 on the 28 tooth with an overdrive at 48 tooth. That's a pretty good range with an 8-speed. And with the assist on, it's a perfect setup. This gives you a little more gearing. So future shows coming out about the Patterson. He still has them in stock. He has them in silver, which is aluminum, and he has silver and black, and then he has black, all with 170 millimeter cranks on them. And he still has all the spare parts in stock to rebuild them. So when I say rebuild them, there's only a few smaller parts that do wear on them over a long period of time. So if you're interested, look up Patterson transmissions and the Metropolis. They were around years ago, and they're still around. I've always liked them. I thought they were cool, and they're less than 500 bucks for a 2-speed planetary, which isn't bad compared to Pinion and Schlumpf. Boy, all that stuff's expensive. You're looking at over $2,000. You're north of $2,000 to get a Pinion. Even the smallest Pinions, right in the $2,000 range. You have to modify your boom. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm just saying I ain't real happy about spending that kind of money. Little over-engineered, little heavy. They go all the way up to 18 speeds, I think. I think they even got more range on a roll-off on an 18. That's up 600 and something percent gear range. With the assist, that's way too much gearing. You don't need that much with the assist. If you'll notice, most of the trikes coming out now, that new Catrike Pocket, or excuse me, that new Catrike cut that came out, that new model, it has a single with an 8-speed, which just like the Catrike. I think the reason they're doing that is because everybody's going with the assist. From what Mickey Laid Back Cycle says, and even Catrike and Mark at Catrike, and who else I watched interviews with, even Catrike says that over like 70% of all the trikes that they're selling now out of their dealerships are north of 60 to 70%, and the ones that aren't buying them when they get them and they don't get electrics, they come back and get them later. Just makes the riding so much more enjoyable and long. You can go for long distances, and you can still get a dang good workout. Anyway, keeping all my trikes. You know what I'd really like to have too? God, I think I'm trike crazy. I think my wife will divorce me if I get any more trikes. That Green Speed Arrow is badass. That is a work of art. God, I'd love to demo one of those things for you guys. Green Speed Arrow, go check it out, man. That's just a neat little machine. You got to try out the windskins. Real light. It's amazing how cold it is, and the wind chill's not hitting my ears or my cheeks or my lips or my nose. Immediate satisfaction. It's not obtrusive. It's easy to stow. It's easy to put up underneath your helmet if you get too hot. Where that baklava fleece line, you immediately overheat in that thing. And then I can always drop my face to cool down. So this is a neat windskin. The sun's starting to break through, so I'm getting a little hot. I'm gonna get over here on my jacket and push this button right here, hold it, So I opened up my jacket because I was heating up a little bit. Cool down. Dress in layers, unzip. Starting to warm up a little bit. I'm warm, folks. I haven't had any problem. I can ride. I think I can go down below 20 degrees and ride and do fine. As long as it's not raining. I don't like riding in the rain. There's nothing worse than rain and the cold. That'll beat you up. Better get your pneumonia shot if you do that. People out playing tennis in the cold. Anyway, folks, I think that pretty much wraps up my cold weather gear drive. I've enjoyed today. I always enjoy riding. Gotta be ready to ride in the winter. I wanted a velomobile. Couldn't afford it. Maybe someday. Anyway, folks, like and subscribe. Send me on to your friends. It helps. Until next time, folks, this is Tadpole Smitty. Happy rides.